I want to take the conversation back to the visit with Dr. Phil. When you went on the show, you went on to talk about this topic that we're talking about now. Did you feel that Dr. Phil understood the complexity of your relationship and your experience as a trans woman, and do you think he cared?
Okay, so that was a fab question. We be here. Okay, so again, on Dr. Phil, first of all, okay, so let me kind of give y'all the tease behind us that we would do these breaks. If you haven't watched the episode, if you guys haven't watched it at home, I want everyone to get a chance to go watch the episode. There would be these like breaks every 5 minutes in between us talking, and where we would be talking or arguing or whatever we were doing, and he would just cut it, and it would like he didn't care. His emotion to the thing was kind of very like mundane. I could just kind of feel from him that this was just yet another segment on the show, and it was just kind of moving on. There was no actual effort to healing thing. And I mean, maybe it was because Angela was so irate and screaming and yelling over everybody. Maybe that did have something to play into it. And honestly, truly, I just don't think he understood, like you just kind of spoke on. Again, like I said from the beginning, there was nothing that I honestly did think that a 50, 60-year-old white man could tell me about my relationship with my mom that I've had for 17 years plus. He doesn't really understand what it is to be Black, queer, trans, any of the above. So as a person, you can try your best to see where someone is coming from, but when you're so far away, you can't really like see where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? You don't really get it. So that's what that kind of was. I do agree. I don't think he cared, and I don't think he got it either. But he's rich.
Did he offer you any type of support? Did he offer you all any type of follow-up support, family counseling? Did he offer to set anything up?
He personally didn't offer to set anything up. I think a PA came once I had left the stage because, mind you, there was a shouting match backstage. When Angela, they didn't air this part, but Angela ended up towards the end getting up and just walking off the stage and ripping her mic out, and then she was screaming at me and screaming at her, and that was the whole thing. And then she just walked off, and I just went backstage, and then one of the PAs came. I was like, "Hey, if you guys want to try this family counseling, like here's a link." I'm like, "Girl," but that was it.
A link.
Why did your mother go? Why did your mother go to the show? Was she trying to reconcile with her child? Was she trying to understand and get past her personal
2 days before Dr. Phil and the team reached out to her, you were just telling me that I'm a motherless and fatherless child on social media. You were just making a mockery of me and my dad's relationship after he just passed. You were just saying that people would only care about my dad dying if he was in a wig. Direct quotes from Angela. Like you were just doing all type of ignorant 2 days before they reached out to you. I don't think she cared at all. I think it was a major clout chase. It was a major clout chase. And if it just didn't go in her favor.
No. If your mom is indeed diagnosed as being bipolar, and that is the issue, and she starts getting medication, would you be open to try to mend that relationship? Because it does seem like something's wrong. Just hearing it from your perspective, something seems off balance chemically. Would you be open to trying to mend that relationship?
Okay, so something is definitely off with Angela, but she is not completely crazy. As easy it would be to just, oh my gosh, she's crazy. Yeah, let's go to counseling, let's fix it all. You're not crazy at the same time. Like, you were actively aware of some of the things you did. You were actively aware of some of the things you said. I've taken so many apologies before, and you just turn around and you up the ante every time. Like, I thought that's why I should have aborted you thing. Like, I thought that was bad. Then after my dad passed and that whole thing, and my dad literally just died 2 days ago, and all of your transphobic ass, low-key racist ass following is in my DM telling me to go kill myself after my dad just died. Like, it was just, I don't have no space, capacity, or room for Angela in my life at this moment. I can't tell you if that would change over time, but at the place that I am currently, there's not a hole there to be filled. I'm good.
And I'm
And I'm
glad you
happy.
said that. And I'm glad you said that. And you know what's important for you. And I feel I share the same exact feelings. I've been very open about my issues with my dad. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my dad, in my opinion, betrayed my dead brother. And when somebody you
Mm-hmm.
love or somebody who should be loving you betrays somebody else that you love in their death, it's really hard to
It's
end
just
that
certain you can't
relationship.
come like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it feels like if it'll feel like you're betraying your dad. It'll feel like you're betraying him. You know, I mean, I don't know. But I will say this, don't feel guilted into compromising your position on your relationship with your mother. Because at the end of the day, that's your
Mm-hmm.
relationship with her. And you get to decide who you let in your life. And blood ties don't automatically give people a pass to pain and to hurt people. So I say whatever you feel you got to do for your best interest and for your sanity, do that.
Right. And yeah, I mean, I'll get emotional just talking about it, but you kind of just hit the nail right on the head for me. It's just certain you don't do morally, like as just another decent human being. It's just certain stuff you don't do, and that was one of the ones where it was like, okay, yeah, so that's
You're
that.
really good at I was noticing that you're really good at safeguarding and protecting your peace, and you're very what they call high functioning. Like in every story you've told us today, something traumatic happens and you figure out a way to pivot and continue to function, right? But the thing
Yeah,
about high functioning people is even if they're high functioning, it doesn't mean they're healed, and it doesn't mean the trauma
no,
didn't have some sort of impact. So I guess I'm wondering, would you ever be open to going to therapy for yourself for the stuff that you're still dealing with, despite the fact that you're high functioning? Because just because you can get through your day doesn't mean you're still not bleeding on the inside like anybody else would.
I mean, I do have sad days. Like this past Mother's Day was one of the saddest days of my life, really.
I can
My
imagine.
dad, as I said, was passed away. I couldn't spend Mother's Day with my mom. That was the one I was supposed to do. Well, you guys know the situation with that. It was just really sad for me. And looking on social media, and everybody else was with their parents, and just that internal, like, well, damn, must be nice. But I am my own therapist. Believe it or not, not saying that I have all the answers for myself, but my connection to how I feel and who I am as a person is really strong. And I don't think some people know how strong it is. Like I really internally work through a lot of stuff myself. My internal conflict resolver is great. She works, she does her job, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying?